I think we're live. This is another live stream wherein we will discuss some of the events, that is the news. I think morning is the right time. So let's see what do we have today. Just like always, we have the Prime Minister. Wonderful to speak with my friend President Trump. Delighted. Products will now have a reduced tariff. I really don't know. I'm not an expert at economics, but having a reduced tariff for American goods, I think that in a way is hampering the development of, I would say, indigenous brands. But like I said, I'm no expert at this. So, yes, I think economically we have to be open to let their products in, so that in a way will encourage our local companies to provide better products, better services. That is there, that argument is there, nobody is denying that. Let's see. Because I don't remember that fellow's name, but he has articulated this very well in a podcast that our country is highly unbranded and almost all areas. How many indigenous companies can you name for, let's say, headphones, mobile phones, cameras, furniture for that matter, and so on and so forth? So it's going to be a tricky time ahead because we've also reduced tariffs for EU, I think. Budget for Rashtra, not Rajniti. Sanjeev Newar has tweeted, Dear West, read and reform. Epstein files may be shocking, but think deeper. Child exploitation has historic roots in Western culture, like Vedic culture. Is that so? Romeo and Romeo Juliet was not even a teenager. Every other fairy tale has a witch that wants to kidnap or kill a child because she is more beautiful. I think yes. There's something that I need to point out here as well. If you go to France, there is a Romeo and Juliet clause in their constitution. I think people who from the legal fraternity will know this better, but let's say the laws that prevent or protect children from sexual offenses or molestation and so on and so forth, that you're only allowed to consummate a physical relationship only after you have crossed a certain age. Okay, now let's say there is a boy who is 11 or 12, and there is a girl who is also of the same age. So there is a clause that is a Romeo and Juliet clause that allows them to be together, regardless of the law. So I think that in a way has legitimized all this, children abuse. Because although the intention behind this clause might have been noble, they would like to think that since they're providing this Romeo and Juliet novel, people would only use it properly. But just like everything else, people have a tendency to exploit things. Beauty and Beast, Snow White, etc., etc. They become part of what you teach kids. Children falling down from a hill becomes Jack and Jill nursery rhyme. Adam Smith wanted children above 8 years of age to be laborers. Special machines were designed to make children work. On the contrary, the Arya Dharma or the Arya culture, I don't use the word Hindu because it's a geographical term, it's not the exact term through which we should identify. So, On the contrary, the Arya Dharma equated children with God, be it Bal Gopal or worship of little girls as Devi in Navratri. Now, this is something that people must unpack very carefully. Now, let me just first set the stage. Whenever you talk to somebody, they will make this allegation that there's a lot of, women are deliberately kept behind in Bharat. There are a lot of rape cases in our country. So, this is the argument that they will make, that all of this is to be blamed on the Arya Dharma or the Arya culture. That is what essentially is the argument. When you talk to people, people from people who have been convinced by the left ideology. So when you talk to them, this is the argument usually that is made forward by them, that it is only due to the Arya Dharma or the Arya culture that Bharat is such. Okay, but on the contrary, okay, it's not what people practice. Okay, we can talk about this because all across the world we have somehow managed to distinguish Islam from terrorism, because that is the dominant narrative. When you talk about terrorism, there will be people who will swiftly run to this conclusion that religion has nothing to do with terrorism. Okay, then how come all these all this malaise that exists in the contemporary society of Bharat is usually attributed to the Arya Dharma? How? Why aren't you able to distinguish that culture or this religion, the Arya Dharma, has nothing to do with such malaise that exists in the society? Okay. So yes, the point that I'm making is we have women deities, we have women goddess, compared to the monotheists who agree that there is only one god, and one of them is hell-bent on convincing us that that god is a male. There is no divinity, or the element of divinity in females. So what are we guys talking about over here when you say that the Arya Dharma is misogynistic or keeping women behind? So this is a whole conversation to be had. This is just something that I brought up right now. It is the time West rejects the regressive exploitative roots and embrace. But they will never. They had to come up with this whole Aryan migration theory just to keep us, intellectually suppressed or stifled, because it somehow challenges or damages their ego, that they are not the best people, that they are not the best race. At the end of the day, even the historians, even the intellectuals, everybody knows Arya Dharma is the supreme, but they'll not readily accept it. But to hell with them. I don't care about if they accept it or not. I just want my people, that people from Bharat, they must accept that Arya Dharma is the way forward and nothing else. It cannot be secularism, it cannot be liberalism, it cannot be all those fancy principles that have come out of their revolutions that were byproduct of their societal conflicts, those societal conflicts that were brought up by their perception of reality. So we cannot just blindly take the principles that were outcome of these phenomena and then try to apply it on Bharat, and then talk about how society is not good, how Arya Dharma is so and so. All right. Largely, I think the debates in parliament are a joke. I mean, the quality of debate that is supposed to be conducted, it's usually not even back and forth. There are instances where the opposition will simply just stage a walk, walk away, walk down. What do you call it when they simply just walk out of the parliament? No. The non-sectarian Trimandir at Majivada, uniting Jainism, Vaishnavism and Shaivism, stands as a powerful symbol of harmony and inclusive faith. Such visionary initiatives that celebrate unity beyond sects, consecration complete. Oh, okay. Jainism, Vaishnavism and Shaivism. This is good. I think we also have a Trimandir at the place where I live. So I think, yeah. On June 2, a brutal clash erupted in Mathura's Jawahar Bagh between police and Ram Vraksh Yadav. Was in power back then, blah blah blah. That's true. What is he talking about? Margot Robbie wore this diamond necklace to the Wuthering Heights premiere. Its appearance reopened discussion about Western celebrities wearing heritage items in India's right. It's hilarious how hate and lynch Muslims. We are not hating and lynching Muslims, whoever this fellow is. Okay, we give Muslims more rights than those Muslim countries. Until it's time to claim treasures created. These were not treasures, buddy boy. Get your facts straight. Just because you don't want to look at history, that doesn't mean it does not exist. Yeah, I think Mughals did not create these treasures out of thin air, obviously. They stole it from somebody. Why is this eating and Jyotimu mindlessly chanting Chinzi Bhajan? Why are demean dharma and its core principle? This is not devotion, it's mockery, must stop. Still cap will not cover. They will not turn away. Please join me in strongly condemning blah blah blah. Extremely shameful that they force. Wow, it's so crazy that Epstein killed himself before realizing he was innocent. Are you really claiming there was no child marriage in Vedic times? Yes, I am claiming that Vedas very explicitly prohibit marriage before physical and mental maturity of boy and girl. There are no Romeo Juliet here. The Vedic revival movement became the trigger to prohibit medieval culture of child marriage among Hindus. Yeah. Allegedly raping class 11 in a car after befriending her near school. Hmm. Instinctively covers her ears because this is not a slogan, it's not a this is the sound of red terror. I think it's high time that people in Kerala now wake up to the reality because it's going to be too late. Arabic is my first language, and to be condescended to by non Muslims or converts to Islam who do not speak Arabic, trying to tell me what the word daraba means is beyond infuriating. Any Arabic speaker anywhere in the world is familiar with this word as it is commonly used daily. It means to hit, to beat. Quran, to beat wives who they fear might be arrogant or disobedient. Twisting yourself around into a pretzel because you are ashamed is futile and only proves that your moral compass is better tuned. Manushanam malam lecha. Lechas are the filth of all human beings. That's true, yep. Nicki Minaj revealed to the world that celebrities have been practicing blood sacrifice rituals where they kidnap babies from other countries, mutilate and kill them. Personally confirmed the entire celebrity industry is on fire right now. Ajit Bhate brutally cooked French cut Sabacharya who has been peddling a week. Disgrace. You're simply just desecrating the sanctity of the seat of the Shankaracharya there is. I mean, if you really know history, if you really know who he was, who Shankaracharya was, let's listen to this.
And I'm allowed anything. I can say anything. I can say, in my opinion, Rahul Gandhi is an incompetent leader. I can say, in my opinion, Rahul Gandhi needs to step down and allow someone who's better than him to lead his political party. That's my opinion, I'm allowed. But if I'm going to sit here and on this show state that uska na koi jaake gala kaat do, do you think that is allowed? Is that freedom of speech? Just now JNU में slogans उठे थे, याद है आपको?
Yes.
क्या था?
You want me to say it?
Say it.
मोदी शाह की कब्र को देगी जेएनयू की जमीन पर.
Do you think that is fair? Do you think that should be allowed? Is that freedom of speech? Is that kind of liberty allowed? I'm criticizing. I'm not calling out for blood. I'm not calling out for murder. I'm not calling out for anarchy and violence. There has to be a fine line. My right cannot be to an extent that it encroaches upon your right, your life, your dignity. जंगल राज थोड़ी है कि मैं हाथ हिला रही हूँ तुमको मार दिया और मैं बोलूँ फ्रीडम है मेरा.
True, that's true. But I think this was pointed at something else. If she earns more than me, this is my plan. They cooked the world for 200 years. Oh, Bibadi, our religion extols Shabri more than any ordinary Brahmin. अब ये लोग ब्राह्मण बन क्या या दलित ही रहेगा? She will be free to practice her old faith. Your religion will destroy her ancestral culture and faith and force her to wear a tent. This is something that people must study. How once when these individuals, be it males, be it females, once when they accept Islam, once when they accept Islam, they somehow mentally erase everything or everything wrong that has been done in the name of Islam. There is something that must be studied. Are they willingly and consciously making this choice to not talk about it, to act as if it never existed? The atrocities, the plundering, the loot. I mean, the literature exists clearly. We have autobiographies and even biographies and even accounts written by foreign travelers. So, the evidence, literature, everything exists. So, how exactly does this happen? Once somebody converts, they're totally oblivious, totally blind to what people have done in the name of their religion. They were going to give an unusual advertisement for UPSC coaching and hostel. But general obviously men were not. The biggest red flags in women. This is something that I'm interested in. Let's see. The biggest red flags in women. Tattoos. Yes, personally, I don't find tattoos attractive on women. It's just a personal choice, guys. But yes, if somebody has a tattoo, it unconsciously signals me that she craves attention. That is just me. That is my personal opinion. And even if they have it at really provocative places that like right above their breasts or maybe somewhere near their bum or waist or some place, so it's clearly for me that's shouting for attention. That's, that's about it, yes. But I would not generalize it. Like some people have those small tattoos, couple tattoos, so on and so forth. But yes, in general, tattoos are definitely a red flag. Piercing. Piercings means she's masculine. Her femininity is ruined. This nose piercing has to go. Okay. Ears, it's quite the opposite. I find it attractive when women have piercings in their ears, but not on their noses. Especially not this one. The nose ring that is worn on the sides is fine. But this septum, I think, that has to go. She smokes. Don't date women who smoke. They tend to smell bad and have a lot of emotional baggage. I would say up to a certain degree, yes, because it's also related to the health issue. But yeah, if you're dating a girl who is smoking, heavy smoker for that matter, then there is something that you must think about. It should definitely ring some bells. That is all I'm saying. She wears provocative clothes. She loves male attention. Avoid her. I have met women, okay? I have met women who I think it is their default setting to crave for attention. She just desperately wants all the eyeballs inside a room to be on her. Now, I don't know if all women have this need, internal need. They clearly need justification by gathering all the eyeballs on them so they can use it as an evidence to claim that, see, everyone is looking at me, so I must be attractive. But yes, provocative clothes. Now we can get into the details about what exactly is provocative or not, but this is a tricky one, I would say. It's not exactly a red flag, because there are some places where you want your women to wear provocative clothes, but not everywhere. It's not like it should not be there for everyone to see and admire and gawk at. Okay, so this is a 50-50, I would say. Next is drinks alcohol. I mean, see, this is the same as smoking. I mean, if she overdoes it, then definitely it is a problem. But if it's like, okay, you and her, you both of them are just hanging out, chilling, and you have a few, it's okay. It's as long as it is in check, as long as you don't overdo it, as long as it does not interfere with your manners, with your etiquette, then yes, it should not become a part of your personality. You do something regularly, it becomes a part of your personality. If you go to the gym, if you're disciplined, if you're consistent, it becomes a part of your personality. So these things, they should not happen consistently, like the smoking and the drinking. She parties. Women who party end up with a 3-digit body count. Don't be a fool. Excessive partying is also too much. Male friends. This is absolutely, for me, I would say, this is a personal opinion, but for me, it's a really big turn off when, a woman has a lot of male friends. I don't know why. Because it subconsciously tells me that, I don't know. Okay, I'm not expert at this, but when a woman has a lot of friends, it is just telling me that those friends are simply just, I would say, they're just waiting to pounce on her the moment they get an opportunity. This is my thinking, like I said. But yes, obviously she's allowed a few colleagues. Obviously she's allowed, her friends, like her female friends, the friends that she had during her college, but not a lot of them. It's like, I don't want 10 guys talking to her. 1 or 2, fine, I can still live with it, but not 10-20 people constantly texting her and all that. Okay, fine, let's see. Okay, these are just my opinions. Okay, this is the way I think. You can call me conservative, but it is what it is. Now, this is something that happened. I don't know. Let's look at the This was the controversial stumping now, is it? Internet. Gold plated. Hey Grok, remove the. Okay. Big breaking. Sources claim New York City mayor is Jeffrey Epstein's biological son. Is that so? That's okay. That would be too much. Rahul Gandhi. Sir, I want to speak on national security. Some MPs laughed. Why Congress MPs are laughing? Why are you laughing on your own leader? Crazy. Interesting evidence of adoption and continuity from all parts of subcontinents. In eastern part, round sepulchral mounds, later known as stupas, were a feature of local tradition before the rise of Buddhism, Jainism, and Ajivikas. That funerary custom was adopted by them. Okay. Jitas like her will preach the body positivity and glorify obesity to their teenage audience, and the moment she got her hands to Ozempic to lose weight, she took it without any hesitation. Never ever take influencers' advice before taking your life decisions. That's true. Okay, a lot of people out there, they will say and do things just because they're getting paid. But I don't approve the use of the word Jitas. Is this fellow Desi? I don't know. So 0.1% of slavery that the British did. Talk about this. Where are the books, the studies, the inquiries into this? People don't, like I said, the entire country, entire nation of ours, it's like hibernating. Okay, they're completely oblivious and blind to the injustices that were done to them, to the people of the Arya race or the Arya Dharma. But now, since in 47 there was transfer of power, there was this, new Republic of India that was born on the principles of liberalism and secularism. And so just forget all that. It's Control Alt Delete, Shift Delete, and now the process of existing as a nation starts from 47, and you're supposed to believe that, oh no, the Aryas and the Muslims, they were There was this bhaichara all along. There was this Ganga Jamni Tehzeeb all along, as if nothing ever existed. That is what is expected. Okay, don't hate me for saying it. This is the reality. Or did Pakistan lose to United States? गुलाम थे तो हिंदू कैसे हैं? We are not slaves. We kept fighting. Civilizations that resist for centuries are never fully conquered. Murtis of Radha Krishna and Hanuman in this video are not very old. They must be in active worship till 47. Now it belongs to museum. Story of Pakistan is a story of end. May the barbarians never forget peace for what they did to centuries old. Lahore. Faith, art and philosophy coexisted. It did not. It really did not. Philosophy was ours. The faith was ours. The art was ours. They contributed absolutely nothing. Alright, I think we have come to the end. That's it for this stream. You can look at my other content on YouTube. There are playlists about English learning. Each topic of grammar has been explained and with examples, so you can do that as well. I also like to do a little bit of gaming, so I've been also live streaming a few games as well. There are a few articles that I've written on my LinkedIn profile. You can check out my LinkedIn as well. You can also check out my Instagram where I post reels. You can also check my vlogs. I've also dabbled a little bit into vlogging. So let's see what comes out of it. Alright, thank you for watching.